Hi Coach, Andy Ryan from USA Football back again with some more Miami Dolphins exclusive OTA practice footage. One of the most common questions we get at USA Football is around zone blocking and offensive line play. So today we want to look at some NFL quality zone blocking drills and how you can incorporate these into your practice to install zone blocking techniques and schemes. This is a simple drill that's going to involve 2 offensive blockers and 2 defensive players. On this clip we have a tight end and an offensive tackle. We can align our 2 defensive players in any alignment we want. Part of zone blocking is we need to be able to handle any alignment and any motion by our 2 defensive players. So here, looks like we have a defensive end on the outside of the tight end and an even wider linebacker. So now we're blocking 2 for 2. We have to work our combos, react to their motion so that we can pass off, make the switch, and make sure our 2 guys block their 2 guys. On this first rep, both players are going to stay wide, so we're really going to have to stretch our offensive players so that our offensive tackle can overtake the defensive end and the tight end can work to the outside backer. Let's look at how they work in combination to zone up through it and really stretch the field. On the snap of the ball, they attack laterally hard. As you can see, the tight end has his head up into the outside so he can see what's going on with the outside backer. Our offensive tackle, as he attacks the inside number of that defensive end, also has his head and eyes up because he wants to make sure that that linebacker doesn't shoot the inside gap. As they make contact, they work together to get movement off the line of scrimmage, but they keep their eyes towards the linebacker so that when the moment is right, the offensive tackle can overtake the defensive end and the tight end can release and go make the block on the outside linebacker. In that take, we didn't get a lot of resistance from our defensive player, and we were able to push the defensive end all the way into the linebacker. We'd love for that to be the situation on game day, but it's probably not likely. So let's look at another take here. This time you can see that our linebacker's alignment is inside. This is giving our offensive tackle a quick tip that he might not have to work quite as hard to the outside now. He's still going to take that path to the inside number of the defensive end, but his eyes are going to be really sharp in case that linebacker attacks the gap right now. On the snap of the ball, he takes his step, he secures the gap, he sees that the defensive end is now outside of the tight end, there's no threat into the C gap. He attacks the linebacker right now, makes contact, hands inside, drives, and as you can see, we've now kicked out the defensive end, we've sealed the linebacker, and we have a great alley for our running back to attack. So basic zone blocking rules. 2 for 2, we're both going to step towards our gap, we're going to read the offensive players. It looks like here our defensive end is working to the outside, so the tight end is going to take over that block. But you'll see the tackle stay really tight to the tight end's hip in case that defensive end tries to fall back to the inside. When he realizes he has no threat, he's going to step upfield, change his course, and attack the linebacker. What this does is follow all of our zone rules. In zone principles, we're blocking an area, not a man. My tight end is blocking the D gap, my offensive tackle is blocking the C gap. So when the defensive end sticks his head outside and declares himself a D gap player, the tight end owns it. When my tackle feels that overtaking of the block by the tight end, he now steps hard to the C gap, takes the linebacker, and makes a great quality block. The first part of the drill was focusing on tight ends and tackles, working in combination versus 2 outside defenders. Now we're going to move inside. Here you can see I have a center and 2 guards, and we're going to be lined up with a nose tackle, a defensive tackle, and a middle linebacker. The same principles apply. We have 3 for 3, and our 3 players need to block their 3 players. Who blocks who is going to be dependent on original alignment and movement after the snap of the ball. Again, zone principles, we're blocking area, not men, so whoever moves to that space, we're going to take over. Let's look at how it looks. On the snap of the ball, all of our players step to the left. You can see that my offensive guard on the right-hand side has slipped the defensive tackle because even though you don't see the offensive tackle on that side of the field, he knows that that player working downhill hard to the left is going to make that block. He's now releasing to the second level. My center's got a great first step and he's already overtaken the nose guard, which is going to allow my guard to quickly release to the second level. Now we have 2 for 2, we're blocked up through, and we're imagining our offensive tackle made the block on the backside and our guard is going to block the linebacker to the right. Now we're back to the offensive tackle and tight end again, working a 2 for 2 2-man combo. Looks like we have a head up tight end and we have a stacked linebacker in the C gap. We work hard on the double team, get some great movement. Our eyes are up, we're tracking the linebacker. Linebacker steps inside. The offensive tackle does a great job coming off late to pick up that block. That's a really nice wrap. Back inside again. I have a center, 2 guards, 2 defensive tackles, and 1 middle linebacker. 3 for 3 as we react to the motion. Let's see how it plays out. Working hard right versus the 3 technique. We get the cutoff by our left guard. Great combo by the right guard and center. The linebacker scrapes over the top, so our center takes over the block. The guard comes off, and we make the block there. Now we're working with the guard and the tackle. Again, any 2 adjacent players are going to be able to work the combo together, and it's important that all of our guys get reps working in conjunction with each other. Feeling that double team and feeling when to come off and when to go to the backer is the hardest part of this blocking scheme. 2 to the 2, we're working right. This will be the right guard and the right tackle. Looks like we have a 5 technique defensive end and a B gap linebacker. Step hard right, feel where the defensive lineman goes. Who's going to overtake the block? Guard can't get there. Let's turn to the backer, fill the space, get some movement, and let our running backs get to daylight. On this rep, you'll see the guard be really heavy on the double team. Part of being heavy on the double team is he's going to get a great punch, which is really going to widen that defensive tackle. As he widens that defensive tackle and then makes the block, he's created a larger seam for our running back to get into. While the drill seems simple, working basic 2 for 2 combos and 3 for 3 combos is the core of all zone running schemes. I can tell you from being down at practice and from looking at the rest of our OTA film, this is something that the NFL guys do every day. If you want to have a quality zone run game, make sure that your 2 for 2 and 3 for 3 combos are rock solid. This should be the core of your fundamental work during individual period. Without the fundamentals of quality eyes and a great double team, your zone run game is not going to be as strong as it can. Make sure you work this every day, and we hope this drill can add to your zone abilities.